in the queue, and after deletion the queue becomes empty. So what will be that scenario? Suppose the front it has only one element 10, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all positions are vacant. Okay, so it is array of size 5. Now front is front will point to this node and which index is 0. Rear also will point to the same node because this is the only node in the queue. So rear value is also 0. When there is only one item in the queue, both front and rear variable has the same value. Now suppose this is a memory location 1000 and this is memory location 2000. Now to change the front and rear, modify the from real value inside a function, we declare a pointer p front which is pointing to the front variable that is containing the value 1000, the location of front variable. And this diagram is similar like this. So here also p rear is pointer which is pointing to rear variable and which is stored in memory location 4000. Now what happens? First of all, we will extract the value of the front node. So what will be the code then? So the code will be like the temporary variable num. I will store the value of array at location p front. So now we'll get the value 10 because this is 10. And after deletion, we will place a 0 into this location. So array value at location p front will be equals to 0. Now it will check. Now front, if we increment the front pointer, that means then it will point to the next front node of that after deletion. What is the current queue? It will point to the front node. But as there is only one item, so after deletion, both front and rear will contain an invalid value. That means both front and rear will be -1 because there is no element in the queue. Queue is empty after deletion. So to do that, I have to check whether after deletion whether front and the queue becomes empty or not. How to check it? Now if value at location p front equals to value at location p rear, that means the deleted item was the only item in the queue. So after deletion, queue becomes empty. So we have to both assign -1 to p front and rear variable. So what I will do, the value at location p front will be the value at location p rear equals to -1. So as long as if we see this function, we are passing only the p front, but now rear also will get modified here because in this case queue becomes empty, so rear also get an invalid one -1 to indicate that the queue is empty. So in this as a parameter we have to pass the value of address of the rear variable also. So in this parameter I have to include another parameter which will be passed into this function. So integer pointer p rear. So in parameter this modification to be done, but if you see the code, here code was like this, but here if you see that after this point the code is same. After this point and this point the code is same, but then we have to check if the front and rear variable has the same value. That means it was the only one element in the queue. So now it becomes empty after deletion. So this will be modified. If it was not the only item, the deleted item was not only one node in the queue. In that case, we will increment the front variable by 1. So what will be the code to be modified, that we will write freshly here. That so what will be this code now? So So this is integer, returning type is integer of this function del q, and integer base address of the array, then integer pointer p from, and integer pointer p real. Okay, so first we have to check whether q is empty or not. So how to check that? If value at location p from equals to -1, that means q is empty. So display the message that q is empty. If q is empty, and we will, in that case, we will return null. Otherwise, if that is not the case, that means q is not empty. So in that case, we will extract the item and store it into temporary variable. So we have to declare here a temporary variable int num. So num will be equals to the array element at a location whose index is found by the location p value at location p from. Then after deletion, we place a 0 at that place. So array at p front becomes equals to 0. Now I have to check whether it becomes the queue becomes empty after deletion. So how to check that? If the value at p front is equals to value at location p rear, that means the queue was empty. So in that case, both front and rear variable will be assigned to -1. So value at location p front will be value at location p rear equals to -1. Else, that means if after deletion the queue does not become empty, in that case we will just increment the front variable by 1 so that it will point to the next node, which will be the current front node of that queue after deletion. So else if the queue is not empty, we will increment the value at location p front by 1. And after this, we have to return the expected value, which is stored in variable num. So we will return num. So that is our function for deletion operation. Now what we will do, we will implement this code, write this code on machine. In my previous lectures, I have already discussed how to insert a node, so that part is there. Now I will add this part of